Yo, what's up, son? Um, for all intents and purposes, my name is Gary. Um, I think what they're doing with the homeless people is a literal crime against humanity itself. It's a crime against the American people. I think it's a fucking travesty and a joke, dude. Point blank period. I'm 32 now. I first experienced homelessness when I was about 25, 26 years old. I used to live and help take care of my great grandpa. It was just me and him. And then I had nowhere to go. The friends that I had were stealing from me while I was sleeping. Um, so I just went to living in my car because I had no other choice. I had never had a job other than just like selling weed and like that. Yeah. And I lived in my car in Greenville, South Carolina at the Walmart right off of Woodruff Road for about a solid 2 years at night. Dude, it is way worse than you think it is. Like, it's not fun. It's not a good time for most of these people. Most of these people don't even see value in themselves. You can't. How are you gonna make someone pay money for something when they probably don't have the money to begin with, right? It's just insane. People literally freeze to death out there because the programs and everything are so bad. Every single program that I ever seen, ever tried to apply to, did anything with, every single one of them was always like, yeah, sorry, it's closed, you'll have to try again next year, or no, sorry, the beds are all full up. So yeah, I just would live in my car. I would shower at the gym. And mind you, after a while I was working, and even back then when I was working at Goodwill making $10 an hour, I could not afford rent. Rent needs to be 33% of your income before anyone will even consider renting to you. And that's even if you have a perfect rental history, like you have nothing against you, right? And a lot of people do have things against them. So it's just, you're asking people to do something that is like a literal impossibility, right? Something that's not financially possible. And everyone who says it's not me, it couldn't be me, this would never happen to anyone in my family, dude, it's probably happening to people you know or people in your family, and you probably just don't know it because they're not telling you about it. It's not exactly the most proud thing to do or to have going on, that you have to sleep outside, you know what I mean? And on top of it, it can be dangerous. Sleeping in parking lots, people can beat on your window. I've had people that, while I'm working, while I have to drive 45 minutes away to take a shower, would beat on my window and harass me. The police would harass me on days when it was below zero. They would come over and be like, hey, you can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, I super can do this. Like, I've literally had to just tell cops or other people to, like, fuck off. Like, get away from me. Like, I'm within my rights. I'm within my laws, sleeping in this parking lot, sleeping at this rest stop or this Walmart. Like, get away from me. Like, it's just so shameful, bro, that people treat people like this. Like, nobody ever thinks that it's gonna be them, dude. You would never want people to treat you like this. And I promise you, even just being homeless or living outside, people treat you like a real fucking pariah piece of shit, and it's horrible. It's a miserable thing. And then on top of that, you want to ticket these people. Like, what is wrong with you? You understand that at some point these people probably were paying taxes. They were probably like well adjusted, not maybe not well adjusted, you know some crazy people out there, but they probably were paying taxes and being, a part of society, right? And something happened to these people, whether it be a traumatic experience or drug addiction, or even just, dude, the amount of old people that I've seen out there on the street who couldn't afford a place to live anymore and were living in their car is fucking tragic, dude. It's horrible. And yet there aren't beds for people. If you don't live, even if you live in a big city, chances are all the beds are full. If you don't live in a big city, chances are there's zero resources for you whatsoever. So you're living however you have to, dude. It can't be a crime to just live, dude. If you're not hurting anyone, if I'm not stealing anything, Like, it can't be a crime for me to exist. You understand how tough that is? Like, that you're gonna make it be like a ticketable offense or a crime to just be existing in a way or in a manner that you essentially have no choice but to do. It's fucking crazy. I just, I seen this like over a week ago, and I wanted to say something about it. Yeah, I, it's just wrong. Like, it's so wrong on every single level. Like, the things that these people need, you can't provide. People won't even offer. Like, nobody wants to do housing first, even though that's kind of the only way to do it. You have to make these people find value in themselves, find value in society, find a reason to be part of society. And putting them in jail, just, that ain't gonna do it, man. I have never been convicted of a violent crime. I have never, nothing, dude. Like, I got like a ticket one time. You know what I mean? A traffic infraction ticket, bro. And what? So if I have to go back to living in my car for the 4th time, you're gonna give me a ticket? You're gonna send me to jail? Like, is that what you're gonna do? Like, it's insane, dude. And the thing is if you don't have a good support system, you don't have a good support structure, you could just go right back. It's not hard to go right back. If you don't have 10, 20, 30 racks in your bank account, you're so close. You might not even think about it, but you're right there, bro. You could be out there on the street with me, next week. It just makes me sick, dude. The thing is, too, is I'm very well aware of, I mean, a lot of scamming homeless people, right? A lot of fake homeless people that would go to the Walmart, because, again, live in South Carolina. Just very religious type place. People were very giving. I met a lot of people that would ride up on mopeds or even drive there in Mercedes Benzes and beg for money because they would make double, triple what they would make at a normal job. Meanwhile, I'm out here grinding, sleeping in my car in 90-degree heat with the windows up so nobody takes my, you know what I mean? And still, just because one person or X amount of people are doing something wrong doesn't mean you should hold everyone to the same degree, dude. It's insane to me. And again, I fully understand there's so many different reasons that someone could be displaced and be homeless. Again, being priced out of your home, being priced out of your living. I've seen more than my fair share of old people, and everyone's like, that never happened to me. Half y'all must waste money on everything under the sun, including fast food, this, that, and the third. These people barely can eat, man. Like, if they can eat. Some people, again, it's almost like if you don't have a level of self-respect for yourself, or like a level of like respect for your situation, you're just gonna be out there. Like, you're just gonna be out there wilding because there's nothing left. You're barely a human being. Everyone in society already thinks you're not a human being. They treat you like you're not a human being. You get treated like, and then like, how you have to make people find value in their life, find value in the things, in positive things. It just disgusts me. It makes me so sick to my stomach that people are like this. You know what I mean? And then people talk about humanitarian crises all around the world, and it's just like, bro, you don't have to go, you probably don't even have to go more than a couple of miles to see how terrible things can be. And again, some people are quiet with it, right? Some people just do their own thing and do their best to avoid, conflict, or avoid people, or even avoid people knowing that you're homeless. Like, I would tell people, but nobody ever looked at me and really thought I was homeless. But before I started my first job, because I hadn't showered in a month and everything else, and I didn't used to have nice clothes and things, yeah, people probably thought I looked homeless. But ever since that day, even when I was living in my car, nobody ever thought I was homeless. Nobody ever knew I was sleeping in parking lots, in churches, all over the place, driving, like I say, 45 minutes one way to take a fucking shower, bro. Like, nobody knew that. And now, I'm in my own apartment. I've never had a handout, bro. Like I say, the programs and all these things, they make it so hard to get into. I never had a handout. I've started over 3 times with nothing. And I'm just sitting in my apartment now. I lost my job because there's a group of people that will do it for cheaper, and aren't as worried about safety as I am, or breaking their foot or getting crushed to death. So yeah, I just got pushed out of my job, and at some point I'm gonna have to go back out there as soon as I find a reason to go on in life, to continue to want to push forward. Like, whenever I find that, I'll be back out there. But the fact is, like, these people need a helping hand, dude. These people need assistance. These people don't need to be ticketed, harassed, driven underground like they do in Vegas. They already had this stupid ticket wall in Vegas, and these people are literally living down in the fucking tunnels, underground, in the sewers, and like, you just make people's lives worse. People's lives who are already having a hard time, you just make their lives worse. Not everybody's something, you know, drug addict who's breaking into cars and stealing and this and that. And look at California, dude. Whenever they change that law, how many people are living in like potentially subsidized apartments for $4,000 a month, and they're still going out and busting out windows, stealing Louis Vuitton? You know what I mean? Like, it's disgusting, man. It's disgusting how you want to treat people because they've been displaced or because they've lost, you know, focus in their life or drive. It's just wrong. Like, it's just wrong, you know. And like I say, I understand that there's a lot of people out there that are just POSs, right? Like, and you have to judge people on an individual basis. You can't judge everyone based on that basis. You can't set a law or a stipulation based on an outlier or a few outliers. Like, it's just disgusts me, dude. I hate it so much, dude. Please share this video. Please let people know, like, this is wrong. This is the face of homelessness. Your cousin is the face of homelessness. Everyone you've ever met could be homeless at any point due to anything, dude. People form drug addictions that never had one because they get prescription pain pills. Like, it just disgusts me what people are doing in society, man. This is just wrong.